In this video, I'm going to talk to you about why a one-size-fits-all approach doesn't always work. My name is Tracy Reuter, and I'm the CEO and founder of Divine Social. We're an Instagram and Facebook advertising agency, and this YouTube channel is all about how to maximize your impact when it comes to Facebook, Instagram advertising, social advertising in general. So, let's talk about why a one-size-fits-all approach doesn't always work and where I'm getting this from. So we have a Slack channel in our agency where we share ads, we share best practices, things that we see are great, we share things that we see are kind of a miss or just really terrible. And there was an ad that came up this morning that one of the team members shared, and ironically it was for somebody who was promoting why video is so hugely important in your marketing efforts. But they were running an ad that was text heavy with an image, and it felt a little bit off-brand. It felt like, if this person is so big on video, why aren't they running a video? So we got to thinking and having this dialogue back and forth within the team, and the truth of the matter is that what we're noticing lately is that video, as amazing as video has been performing for the last several years, there are times where text and image is working better. So my thought was, well, what if this marketer is testing to see what performs better with their ads? If they're testing image versus video to see which would be better performing. Now in this case, it makes the message seem a little bit incongruent, and it dilutes really the power of what they're trying to position. But it got me thinking, and it got me, again, this whole concept when there's these people out there that are saying this is the only way to do it, or this is what's working now. The truth is what's working now, the reason why people discover what's working now is they're always testing it. And so it's really important that even though let's say you're going through a season in your campaigns that you know that animated GIFs are working really well, which by the way, at the time of this video that I'm recording this, animated GIFs are working really well for our e-commerce clients. Now, just because animated GIFs are working really great right now doesn't mean that we're not constantly trying other things. You have to always be testing different types of creative, different types of formats. You have to be thinking outside of the box, because if you stick with one format and one format only, and you never step outside of that box and try something different, you're never gonna know if something's gonna actually work better for you. So I think in defense of this ad that we saw this morning, I'm hoping that's what was happening, is that they were testing the fact that we're seeing a little bit of a shift towards images doing really well again. And it's one of those things that we even see from client to client that it's not consistent. We have one client that video still works incredibly well for. We have another client that we're seeing about a 50-50, that they work about the same, images and videos. And then we have another client that video always worked amazingly well for, but suddenly all of our image campaigns are doing significantly better than the video campaigns. Why is that happening? I wish I knew. I have no idea why. Sometimes it's the Facebook algorithm, sometimes it's people, where they're at, culture, who knows what it is that does it. But that's why you have to always be testing different things, and that a one-size-fits-all approach in your marketing really can be dangerous, because you could be leaving a lot of money on the table. And so it's important, again, to always be testing. It's good to have mentors and coaches and teachers and people who are doing things, sharing best practices. But when someone comes out and says to you, this is the way to do it, this is the only way to do it, you need to be really wary of that, because just because it worked that way, I mean, we see it in an agency we have so many different clients. We have such a diversity of clients that we get a different type of a perspective than if we were only running traffic for one client, right? If I was only running traffic for one client, then I would think that this is the only thing that works. But because we have to do things for so many different clients and so many different offers, it forces us to see like, oh wow, it's not the same across every industry and every business and every offer. Every business, every offer, every one of them is unique, just like a snowflake or a thumbprint, and therefore you have to have a unique approach. So I just want to encourage you that if you are, running a business and you're trying to, learn what's best, I know it can be frustrating, I know it can be overwhelming, and sometimes you just want somebody to be like, this is the right thing to do. Well, use it, take it with a grain of salt, start there, but then always work around it, test different things, get creative, try new things, because that is where you're gonna get your breakthrough, and that's where innovation comes from. That's what we do in the agency, that's what we've always done, and that's what we will always do if we wanna continue to get great results for our clients. So With that, my name is Tracy Reuter. The best is yet to come. Don't have a one size fits all, and we'll see you next week.